Bruce Lee kept a library of over 2,500 books. Not for decoration, he read them, studied them, copied passages by hand into personal notebooks, building a philosophy one page at a time. His wife said he could read while doing exercises, children screaming, doors slamming, chaos everywhere. He didn't hear any of it. Most people think Bruce Lee was gifted, fast reflexes, natural talent, born to fight. They're wrong. What made Bruce Lee dangerous wasn't his body, it was his system. A daily ritual so consistent, so relentless, that it rebuilt him from the inside out. And almost no one has seen it. Every morning, the same routine. Bruce woke early and ran. 4 to 5 miles through his neighborhood, his Great Dane struggling to keep up. He called this his own hour. Time to be alone with his thoughts before the world demanded anything from him. After the run, 500 punches, 500 finger jabs, 500 kicks. Not because he needed the practice, because repetition was the point. He didn't train to prepare for something. He trained because training was the thing. 3 nights a week, he lifted weights. Not for bulk, he wanted to be ripped, not bulky. Speed mattered more than size. He understood that power comes from velocity, not mass. But here's what most people miss. Even when Bruce wasn't officially training, he was training. While watching television, he curled dumbbells. While driving his car, he punched a small wooden board mounted to the dashboard. His passengers terrified, Bruce completely calm. He once said, "When I'm putting on my pants, I'm doing a balancing act." Every moment was practice. Every action, deliberate. The physical training was only half of it. Bruce Lee was a philosophy student at the University of Washington. But his real education happened in private, in bookstores, in his study, in the margins of borrowed texts. His personal library eventually grew to 2,500 volumes. Plato, Descartes, Lao Tzu, Krishnamurti, Alan Watts. 68 books on fencing alone. He didn't skim, he studied. His wife, Linda, remembered, "Bruce carried a book with him wherever he went. I frequently saw him sitting quietly reading while there was household uproar all around him. He was able to read while performing a series of strenuous exercises." Most people separate thinking from doing. Bruce refused to. He read about fencing and adapted its footwork to combat. He read Krishnamurti's rejection of organized religion and applied it to martial arts. He read Zen philosophy and built it into his fighting stance. The books weren't escape, they were fuel. What Bruce learned, he wrote down. Not summaries, not highlights. He copied passages word for word into personal notebooks, then added his own thoughts beneath them. Layer by layer, he was constructing something. He called it Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. But it wasn't a style, it was a rejection of styles. His motto? Using no way as way, having no limitation as limitation. He wrote, "Absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, add what is specifically your own." This wasn't abstract philosophy, he applied it. When Bruce taught students in Los Angeles, he gave each one a different training program. After months of observation, he handed out typewritten notes, custom-built for their specific weaknesses. One student remembered, "To my surprise, they were all different." Bruce didn't believe in universal methods. He believed in individual expression. The system had to fit the person, not the other way around. Bruce didn't just train his body or read books. He trained his mind, specifically the voice inside it. In his notebooks, he wrote affirmations, statements about who he was becoming, repeated until they became true. He understood that what you say to yourself shapes what you're capable of. If you want a structured way to build that same practice, there's an app called affirmations.app. It gives you a short daily prompt, takes less time than making coffee. Most people expect motivation. What it actually changes is your default reaction under pressure. Link in the description. Bruce once said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." This is the part people hear but don't understand. He wasn't talking about kicks. He was talking about what happens when you do the same thing every day for years. The morning runs, the 500 punches, the notebooks, the books. None of it was impressive on any single day, but compounded over a decade, it created something that looked like magic to everyone else. Bruce didn't have secrets. He had consistency. While other martial artists chased new techniques, Bruce repeated the old ones until they disappeared into reflex. While other actors waited for their break, Bruce trained as if the camera was already rolling. He wrote, "The height of cultivation runs to simplicity. Halfway cultivation runs to ornamentation." Most people add complexity when they're lost. Bruce stripped everything away until only the essential remained. In the last year of his life, Bruce was fielding million-dollar offers from studios around the world. He was about to become the biggest star on the planet. But when interviewers asked about his success, he didn't talk about talent. He didn't talk about luck. He talked about practice, about the daily work that no one sees, about the system that built him long before the cameras arrived. The punches, the books, the notebooks, that was the weapon, not the fists. The ritual.